Week one doesn't define anybody's season. Obviously, not very good out there.
I don't know about that, Joe. Week one matters. We're going to find out today. We're going to talk NFL. We're going to talk about some layoffs in the industry, so many other things, and our good friend Jeff Dickinson doing the Ice Bucket Challenge live today on the Word on the Street. Let's go. What's up, everybody? Trey Griggs here, the host of Word on the Street. So glad that you are with us today. Going to be a great day. It's Finish Strong Friday, whatever you're doing today. If you got a couple more hours left, if you're almost done, just push through, get it done. Finish strong today and have a fabulous weekend out there. We got a great show for you today. A lot of good things happening. Let us know where you're coming from. John, thanks for watching the show, man. Good to see you here. Let us know where you're watching the show from today. We'd love to know where you guys are at out in the universe. Also, when you get a chance, make sure you check us out at betaconsultinggroup.com. We're helping companies just like yours tell your story. The words matter, everybody. So work with us. Click that link that says schedule a call when you go to our website and schedule a call with yours truly. Tell us your story. We will help you tell yours. Love to work with you guys out in the industry. All right. We got a great show today. Got the street crew popping in as we go along. Like I said, we're going to have some live activities on the show today. So let's go ahead and get the street crew in here today. Coming to us from Denver, Colorado. You know him. He is the crazy guy. He's a Raiders fan. I still can't get over why this is the case, but he is now with Beta Consulting Group, full-time VP of Operations. Love this guy. Give it up for the one and only Coleman Ruffin.
Are you working? What kind of work do you do?
See, and this is why I completely disagree with Joe Burrow. Week one matters. The Raiders are sitting at the top of the division, and it might be the only time all year. So I'm going to take it while I can.
Sets the tone, man. Although I will say the Chiefs lost, but listen, they're full strength this week. Let's see if it changes. If they lay an egg this week, now we got problems. So we'll see. We'll see. How's Denver, Colorado, man? How you doing?
Oh, it's great. It's a little overcast, a little rainy today, but it's a nice change of pace for all the heat that we've been getting. But can't complain.
You look good. You look sharp.
Yeah, nice camera. You know, we're stepping up in the world. That's what we're trying to do.
That's right, stepping up the world. Hey, John's coming from Aspen, Colorado out there as well. So we have a lot of Colorado representation on the show today. We got to move out of there, but we'll stay in the Midwest. Coming to us from Cleveland. I think she's back home. Yeah, she looks like she's back home. The executive director of TMSA. Give it up for the one and the only Jennifer Karpus. Roll the main. Look at this. Go time. Way too early. Oh my gosh.
No, I almost was like, I almost messaged this like, we need to change my music back, but I was like, it's too soon.
We need some Halloween themed music. What are you going to do? You going to throw a little Harry Potter something or other in there? What are you going with?
It's got to be Nightmare Before Christmas or something, right?
Yeah, I think that was my whole theme last year.
Yeah, we can go back to that. That would be bad. How are you doing, my friend?
I'm not adjusted back to this time zone.
Back from Iona. You went out to Long Beach, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. How was it? Pretty good?
It was good. I went, me and my husband celebrated our anniversary this week.
Nice.
Thank you. We were not together on the day because I was moderating the marketing panel at Iona. But he came for the weekend beforehand. So I was there for like 6 days. So it was a lot. But it was a good show. It was my first one. So, but got to see some friends and meet some new friends and got to moderate the marketing modern intermodal panel, which was great.
Nice. Yeah. I saw Christy Kenichel out there and some other friends out there as well. So that's pretty cool. It took a picture. Who else was out there? Juan Bynum was out there, right? Wasn't Juan there?
Yep. I saw him. Yeah. I saw CJ from FlowTrans.
Nice.
He's everywhere.
Yeah, that's right. CJ's out there.
I haven't been to a show that he was not.
CJ just looks and if asks out, finds out which shows you're going to, and he just signs up. I think that's how it works with them. But anyways, all right. Coming to us from the Chicago area with a new gig. You can see in the background, R2K, our good friend Mitch Kowalewski in the house. Everybody, say what's up. What's up,
What's
man? Look,
up? Happy
you got a-
Friday. Happy
you got a-
Friday.
You got a brick wall. We got a brick wall. It kind of.
Oh, love the song.
That's such a good song. That's such a good song. So good, man.
What's
How you
up?
doing,
What's
man?
up? I've got some energy. It's Friday. I can't wait. R2X in the house, corporate headquarters. I'm actually in Indy today, heading back to Chicago in a little bit, just wrapping some day up, but seizing that day, Trey. That's the attitude. That's the vibe. And
Love it, man.
let's go.
Heck
You
yeah.
look like a speaker for the Broker Carrier Summit. I swear, every speaker at the Broker Carrier Summit has a bald head. I mean, I think we need to get you on the panel up there.
This is a green screen. I got a big full of hair. This is a green screen. This is a green screen, guys.
I'm not buying it. I don't believe it. All right,
Yeah,
coming to us
yeah.
from the New Jersey area, and the man who's going to be doing an Ice Bucket Challenge live today on the show for ALS. Love it. Everybody give it up for the bodacious cowboy, Jeff Dickinson, in the house.
I saddle up my horse and I ride into the city. I make a lot of noise, 'cause the girls, they are so pretty. Riding up and down Broadway on my old stud.
What's up, brother? How are you? Save a horse, ride a cowboy.
I was expecting Ice Ice Baby or something like that to be played to me. Come on.
We
Let's
got
get
that
in the
for later,
program,
man.
Trey.
We got that for later. We'll pull that out later when you're actually standing under the ice, my friend.
There
That's
you
what
go.
we'll do for
There
that.
you go, man. Looking forward to it and raising some funds for a very worthy cause, man. These people
Yep.
are suffering so bad. And, let's find a cure for these guys.
100%. Listen, so this is how it's going to work out is you've never done the Ice Bucket Challenge before, so we don't know how it's going to go. If
Nope.
you flench, then people need to donate $100, I think. And
No,
if you
no,
don't
no.
flinch, it's only $50.
$50. $50 if I flinch.
Okay. And
Right,
100 if you don't.
100
You
if
just
I don't.
stand there and take it, $100. That's right. And we're going to be collecting money for the next 2 weeks because the Souk Strong Charity Golf Tournament is coming up next Saturday right here in St.
Awesome.
Louis, playing in that. And so we're going to be donating to Souk Strong. We'll put that link into the comments so you guys can donate if you're watching. 50 or $100, we appreciate it. It goes directly to ALS patients
Yeah.
who have end of
Appreciate
life
it, guys.
needs. It's expensive,
Can
unfortunately.
you put it in our chat too?
Yeah, we'll do that for sure. We'll throw it in the private chat as well. Yeah, we'll get it in there. We'll get it. That's for sure. So that's coming up here at the top or at the midpoint of the bottom. I guess it's the bottom of the hour. I need to get my words right. At the bottom of the hour, everybody, we're going to have Jeff doing the Ice Bucket Challenge. So we'll get to that here in just a little bit, which will be great. All right. Before we do that, though, it is time for our first segment of the day. What's the word? Sponsored by our friends over at Isometric Technologies. Listen up, everybody. Isometric Technologies, the ultimate freight broker's secret weapon. With ISO, you'll have access to industry-wide performance benchmarks, dynamic scorecards, powerful analytics to gain insights into your service strengths, address your weaknesses, and differentiate your carrier network from the competition. Learn more and get started today. Go to ISO.io, ISO.io. Good friends over there. Justin Clock, my buddy over there, John Stauffer, Brian Crystal. Good people. They're going to be at McLeod coming up. I'm going to McLeod starting tomorrow. It's going to be fun.
Nice.
It's coming up.
Arizona weather, huh?
Going to
Yeah.
Phoenix, baby. That's right. Going to Phoenix. Trade show season is among us. I'm going to 7 shows, I think, in the next 2 months.
Trey, I bet you those golf clubs are coming with you to each one of those, right?
The golf clubs are going to be traveling. Yes.
Okay,
Yes, they're going to be
that's
traveling.
good.
Yeah,
That's good.
100%. If there's
That's
a
good.
chance that I can play golf, they will be there. That's why I fly Southwest. Bags fly free, baby. I'm telling you, got to
That's
do
nice.
that. So, no, love that. So we're going to be on the road. Also going to see some of you out there on the road as well, which will be great.
Yeah.
So, it'll be a lot of fun. All right, so we got a few things to talk about this week. A little bit of drama out there in social media land. I don't know if you guys saw this or not, but there was a dialogue on Instagram between Cassandra Gaines, the CarrierSure CEO, and a carrier over the service that they're using right now. Some of the ratings. Check this out. So there was this situation that was happening, and basically trying to see if there's a pay-to-play situation here. Is CarrierSure requiring carriers to pay to get a verification score, which is a really interesting and pretty much a problem when you're trying to be a third-party validation. But it was really interesting what her response to an inquiry, which was you just need to have more experience, in truckload. It's fascinating that some of these new services are coming out that are scorecarding carriers and what that means, because if you're a carrier that has 20 years of driving experience, then you open an MC, it's going to show you as 0 experience. And this and
Right.
platforms like this are going to say, this is an F carrier. Don't use this carrier.
Yep.
This is an interesting problem. I'm not sure what the answer is in this, but Mitch, you sit in this seat. Jeff, you sit in this seat as well.
Yep.
What's the answer on these things?
Well, I can tell you from the R2X perspective, carrier compliance is absolutely our top priority overall. We have a full team on this. with the epidemic of double brokering and just the casualness that's kind of happened in the last 2 years, it's become a major focus. So we have a rule. Your authority and MC must be active under X amount of months of operating service, right? And that's just there's no alignment around that, and that's less our decision and more our insurance partner's decision, right? Overall, to make sure that we're funded on the deal, and so we're pretty flexible. We want an entrepreneurship spirit in logistics and trucking, but we got to do it in a safe and compliant way against the risks, guys. Majority of us are not the beneficial owner of the capacity. We're an arranger of transportation. And so there's the legalities behind that. And so pay to play and we got to do it the right way. But I think if we got to, I think the industry has to be kind of universally adaptable of what the industry rules are. So if company Y allows this, but company X doesn't, we have a problem. But I know the Carrier Short tool has been a ton of momentum in the last, 18 months or so, with some integrations with some other technology partners. You cannot make this product easier. We're a subscriber of that service at R2X, and we see the benefit and the value from a compliance piece.
Yeah, they just had a connection with Truck Stop, which is interesting. But to go back to what you've said, like you guys have a policy that an MC has to have be in place for 6 months before it starts. If every broker had the same policy, how does a carrier even get started?
Great question. Great question.
It's like the old sales question, like, hey, we want 2 to 5 years of experience for you to have this job. Well, if every company required 2 to 5 years of sales experience, how the heck do I get 2 years of sales experience?
So Trey, that MC and that DOT needs to be clean and active for that time. So you're setting up a company, you're building the company. That means you have some tax payments to the government. That means you've had some audits within the DOT and some other deals. And maybe you're not moving freight, but you're letting that. So
you're looking at the date that it's been in business, not even looking at the freight they've actually moved. So
no doubt.
So this is interesting. So somebody could open an MC, not run a load, and have no experience. But if it's 7 months, they call you and you check it out, it would say, oh, they've been in business 7 months, and you would use them, versus a carrier that might be running 20 months that's only 2 months old. You wouldn't use them.
I mean, there's more than one factor. It's not black and white like that. We're looking at their overall safety ratings. We're looking at their driver fitness. We're looking at the CSA compliance categories to make sure that that's okay. So there's a couple of ingredients to make that work overall. But what this does is prevent pure theft and just blatant disregard to the safety on the road.
Yeah, go ahead, Jeff.
Yeah. There's definitely a few things, and you know what? I'm going to get some lip on this, but when you look at FMCSA, right? They have rules and regulations for everybody that needs to be complied. So what happens if they created rules and regulations for brokers out there that they must follow this, and that the carriers have to be compliant with these rules and regulations before they're even sought after? I think that would help out greatly, because all players would be on the same page. But to Mitch's point, there's so much risk out there, not just with the theft, but what about your company brand and their name, right? As well as you as a proprietary, a business owner, you can be thrown underneath the bus. So you have to be extremely, extremely careful when you go out and you vet these carriers. And I can tell you right now, I had a carrier that had an MC number. I won't give it out right now, but they had tremendous amount of accidents. Okay. And so they were put away. It said, sorry, your CSA scores are unacceptable. And you know what he came back and said? I am going to apply for a new MC number. Horrible. And a lot of carriers out there are doing that. Just
reinventing themselves.
When one goes bad, they create another under a whole new name, under everything, new address, the whole 9 yards. So there's a lot of fraud going on out there.
But Jeff, there's a secondary market. There's a whole eBay world of buying and selling MCs with some season onto it, right? And so these new companies, they make the investment and they buy an MC or a DOT that has some tenure. Maybe it was a company that split up and that wasn't active. So there's a whole secondary market for mature numbers. It's like they say no credit is just as bad as having bad credit. That's the similar situation in this scenario.
Yeah, but Mitch, what about M&As, right? Let's just say that there's a carrier that's going to go bankrupt that has a lousy MC number, and the merging company buys them out, right? They inherit that MC number, right? They keep the same drivers on board, right? They bring them on board. Same thing. I mean, when you think about it, it's under new management and everything like that, but they still have the same drivers that they acquired
Well,
that had the
why
same
are
problem.
why are these services not going down to the driver level? Because the driver is the one who's the real risk here, right?
No,
I mean,
it is. So to Jeff's point on that merger or that acquisition and his example, when they acquired that fleet, those drivers, their previous history. So the CSA score again is very similar to like a credit score. The company inherits part of that. The driver inherits part of that, right? So they take that liability on into the new company.
Interesting. Okay. All right. So another question along the same lines. So Hike just mentioned that they have a special carrier monitoring service as well. There's several of these out here now. So we have Carrier 411 that's been around for a while. You have Highway, which is a newer one. You have Carrier Assure. You now have Freight Validate, which is coming out to do some work as well. There's several on here. With these technologies, how does that liability fall? Because let's just say that you take that carrier who's an F carrier and Carrier Assure, but they've got 20 years of experience, for example, and you're like, I know this guy, I'm going to take him, but then he gets in an accident. Something just happens, because that happens from time to time. How does that impact your liability? Will the lawyer come back and say, hey, this service said it was an F carrier, why did you take them?
I don't think so. I think these services give us enhanced visibility and data to make smarter decisions, but we make the decisions. We pull the trigger. This is our company that books the carrier. All this is doing is giving me intelligence to help me with my decision making.
Well, and the other thing too is that a broker's back is against the wall. Let's just say that he promises to cover a load, and that carrier out there, who's a good carrier, falls off it. He's scrambling, and he's like, they had a couple incidents. He's giving me a great way. Okay, we'll bring him on, and we'll have him moving. That's the one last thing that any broker wants to do, because if that happens to go away and they get in an accident and say they kill somebody out there, right? For bad equipment, or the guy's an alcoholic, who knows what's happening, man.
Yep.
Done. That's a door closing event. You are fried. I mean, not worth the risk. But there's many that do it. It's unfortunate.
Yeah.
It's that Friday at 4:00. You're down to a pinch. There's one truck in the market. There's one truck left in the market, and you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah. Very interesting.
And also looking at this, though, we're only looking at one piece of the puzzle, right? I'm curious to see what happened before that whole interaction, what happened after the interaction. But from a broker standpoint, if I were a broker, I would want these companies, Carrier, Assure, Highway, to be pressing all of these carriers every time. Like if there is something that's just a little bit off, a conversation like that, me as a broker, makes me feel more confident in a lot of these platforms, because it's not just, they're just denying somebody or just accepting somebody. They're kind of going in through some of these other activities and, again, asking the intelligent things, which would put my mind at ease, I would think, at least.
Did you guys see that haircut? Did you see Coleman's haircut? I mean,
I love it. I love it. Yeah, we can get a close up of that.
Consulting now. He has to look good. Come on.
I was going to say, I was telling Trey this the other day. I looked at myself in the mirror and I was like, for my birthday, I look like a homeless person. I'm like, I'm fitting a little bit too much in the Colorado area.
Man.
Hey, I see. Hey, Coleman, I see some. All right.
Dude,
it's grown up a little bit.
Someday.
It's grown up a little bit.
I think to Coleman's point, though, at the end of the day, guys, my takeaway on this is simple. Make your own decisions. Use the data and the analytics to help with those, but don't rely on anything other than your company's policies and processes to be successful.
That's right.
100%.
That's a good point. Hey, before we go any further, I don't know if you guys heard the little mini announcement when we brought Coleman on, but Coleman is now full-time with Beta Consulting Group.
Yeah, congrats. It's awesome. Congrats, Coleman.
Ropes, man. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Hence
Glad to
the
be aboard.
haircut, he's all polished and great.
It was a tough negotiation. I'm going to tell you that his agent was difficult, and we got it across the line.
Same agent as Mahomes and all those.
We got him some guaranteed money, so he's pretty happy with his deal.
That's awesome. Congrats, Coleman.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it.
That is on a rocket ship on the messaging world, man. So you joined at an amazing time.
Yeah,
we're having a good time over here. That's for sure. And it's interesting. Like we're starting to see customers understand the value of messaging and creating these customer testimonials for building their brand and trying to speed up the sales cycle. Because right now, and Jennifer, you've probably seen this as well. A lot of companies right now are like, how do we speed things up? How do we get people to say yes? You cannot make anybody say yes. You have to, provide them something that they want, or that's going to create certainty, increase trust. And that's a big deal. And Jennifer, I know you got the executive summit coming up. You guys are going to be talking about some of this. What are you hearing from members about sales and marketing in this climate?
So, I mean, in general, your my hair does not look great today.
Hey,
looks
Jennifer,
great.
not as good as Coleman's, not as good as Coleman's, but it looks good.
Bring me down, bring me
It got
down.
real big on my
Good.
face, and I was like, oh. But so what we're seeing, I mean, I think in general, you always see that marketing budget being the first thing to get cut. And that's not always what you should be doing. That's actually a big thing that we talked about at IANA at the marketing panel is you really need to be thinking through your messaging and how you're putting yourself in the marketplace. And one of the biggest things that I see and the biggest misses out there is that we're not really thinking about the alignment of our messaging through all of the different departments. So like we see an alignment between HR and marketing that we haven't seen in the past because of recruitment. Okay, but like, are you really having a conversation about how you're messaging and what you're putting out there like on social versus what you're actually talking about when somebody gets hired and all of those different conversations? Same with like sales and customer support. If you're selling something, is it the experience that people are actually having as a customer? If you're the marketing person, are you going on those sales calls? Are you going on a customer service call so you understand the value and the discussions that are actually happening? So that's matching your messaging. So that's, I mean, whether you're going to cut the marketing budget or not, I mean, I would not recommend just slicing it open, but make sure that you're spending the adequate amount of time making sure that your messaging aligns so that people understand the experience that you're having and that it's true to who your brand is.
Yeah.
Well
You know what's
said.
interesting? What people
Well
do
said.
in this time is they take their marketing budget and they just hire more sales reps. Well, what does that do? It just forces the sales reps to become marketing people because now they're out cold calling. Now they're trying to introduce a brand. That's marketing. They're doing the job. It's like, why not continue to keep it separated and just change your marketing, be more aggressive in certain area, maybe add some advertisements or do something that would draw attention. Stand out, for goodness sakes, stand out, right? Do something different, be creative, throw a commercial out there, whatever. But like, it's so critical. And this is where I think like mission and vision and core values make a huge impact in an organization.
Yes.
Everybody's speaking the same language and moving the same direction. It's like Chick-fil-A. You go to any Chick-fil-A in the country and you're going to get my pleasure, my pleasure, my pleasure. They just ingrain the language and the words and the message. And these top brands do this over and over and over really well. So I'm with you, Jennifer. I'm excited for that summit to hear what comes out of it. I'm excited for my boy, Corey, to get to speak. We're going to be talking about trust. So that's going to be
and that's the other piece of it is we have to make sure then that we can trust that message and throughout the organization. And so that, yes, our opening keynote is Corey Shear, and he's talking about organizational trust. And I did a LinkedIn Live with him a couple of weeks ago, and I talked to him about that. Like, where is the trust breakdown? Is it between leadership to the employee to leadership, the company out into the marketplace? Like, there's all these different disconnects, and it's really important to make sure that you have that. And I always think it's really important when we're thinking about our employees, like everyone is a puzzle piece and it fits together, but we have to understand how our puzzle piece fits into the puzzle. And one thing that I've learned over time being a manager now and like managing employees and stuff is like, they also want to know how the other pieces fit and what the other pieces are doing and how they all go together. And like, that was a piece that I realized as a leader that like I was missing too. Part of it's like you work a small company, you move fast. A lot of the pieces are being built as you go. So like they aren't all like nicely laid out. Sometimes a piece is missing and you have to go find it on the other side of your house, you know? So, but I think that that's something that's really important too. And a part of organizational trust is being transparent and open about like how their piece comes together, what's coming down the pike, what's just in your brain right now and how they can help you. And I think a lot of those conversations aren't always happening and they should be.
Yeah,
Jennifer, I think
something, Jen, one of the biggest pieces that are missing from that is training. Training people who come on board with the same mission, you know, the same idea,
message,
the same message that they're trying to portray. Because when you have inappropriate training, people intend to make up their own way of saying something about
100%. They'll fill the vacuum.
And they're not in sync. And that's what's destructive for any company out there because everybody's going in different directions with not the same focus point. So, you know, that's missing a lot. I mean, I know you know this too with Trey, that training is the most important thing out there.
Yeah, it's really important. Mitch, what were you saying? Jump in.
I was just gonna say with the TMSA, right? Transportation Marketing Sales Association, the members are so diverse. You get the biggest 3PLs in the market, you got the small ones, you got the intermodal companies, you got right. This is a very diverse transportation community. I'm really curious because I'm very passionate about marketing in my role and just the messaging overall and the go-to-market message. But there's so many generic companies. We all do very similar things, right? From an asset light perspective, we know there's 30,000 of us operating today, trying to turn on the lights, trying to wake up and do the same thing. So I agree that the marketing message is absolutely the make or break you. Are you a generic or are you a specialty? Are you niche? Are you boutique? Or are you just a generalist and moving and procuring freight? So
Mitch,
I love that, Jennifer.
Let me throw out an unpopular opinion real quick.
Yeah.
Unpopular opinion. Marketing is more important than your sales. Let me give you an example.
All day.
We focus on your marketing and you focus on your product, sales will happen. Let me give you an example. Deion Sanders, marketing the hell out of Colorado.
Oh, yeah.
And then they put a good product on the field.
Yeah.
And now people are coming to them.
Yeah.
The number one quarterback in the draft or in the recruiting class of 2025 called Colorado and asked to come visit. The number one quarterback in the 2025 class because their marketing was great and it was incredible and their product is good. You focus on those two things, sales happen. They made $18 million for the city of Boulder last weekend alone.
I know.
Wow.
You know, the athletic director, you read about the athletic director who risked it all. He risked it all. By
he said, we don't have the money, but we will.
And he was losing his job. And he made the decision and said, you know what, the hell with it. I'm gonna take this leap of faith. I'm going to bring in Deion. And from that point, everything changed.
He said, we don't have the money today, but we'll get it. We'll have it.
That's right. And it's every game so far sold out. And there's more people even waiting to get in. It's unbelievable.
Yeah. Jennifer, what were you going to say there?
Well, I don't remember now.
Sorry.
I mean, it'll come back to me at some point. I'm telling you, being in different time zones really messes with you.
It does, no doubt. You went 2 time zones or 3 time zones. That's big. 3 time zones is crucial. Like, it's so hard to get back. To me, that's the breaking point. 2, you can kind of get away with. 3, it changes the whole game. Okay, let's transition to another topic real quick. We're seeing some industry layoffs happening recently or some changes. We saw Flexport halted 75 new hires 2 weeks ago. The CEO, the returning CEO, Ryan came in and said, I don't know where these came from. I don't know why we're hiring. We're not doing it. Hope you can forgive us down the road. Coleman, you saw a post potentially, maybe P44.
Yeah.
What did you see?
Yeah, I mean, I've seen not only there, but also several other companies of people like, hey, I'm now looking for a job. And I think it's kind of getting back into that swing of things.
Are we still in the reset? Are we still kind of in the reset? I mean,
my 10 cents is that, yes, we are. I mean, I think that everybody's, all of these companies are a little bit gearing for somewhat of a recession, whether you believe it or not, right? I think everybody's getting, tightening the belt, if you will. And I think it is a reset from all of the crazy amount of funding that was going into so many of these companies and I'm not saying that's bad, good, and different, whatever it is, but right at a certain point, the market has to regulate. And I think that we are kind of nearing, hopefully, the tail end of it. Knock on wood.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Everybody, that take was 5 times greater than the normal take because he said this is my 10 cents, and normally it's 2 cents, so that was a 5 times greater.
Well,
is it 2 cents? I say 10 cents every time.
I think
2 cents.
He just values his opinion. It's fine.
He's just valuing his message. I like it. Here's my quarter's worth of whatever you want to say.
There's a whole dollar for you.
Hey, Coleman, I think you're spot on, though. You mentioned P44. We mentioned some of these other visibility providers that came out yesterday. Obviously, there's some rumblings and just the upper structure and some of that. Flexport's unique, guys. Flexport was a soap opera. We all had popcorn. We're sitting back. We're watching that one. And that one's a little bit more exposed than the average deal. And so that one's a little bit unique. But it's let's get back to the like-minded folks and peers, right? So we had effects with Global Trans, we had effects with Coyote Logistics, we had effects with some of these other folks in the last 14 days, and it's significant. We're seeing a lot of the layoffs be back office, right? We're seeing it be back office and some of the day-to-day roles. But guys, in my opinion, this comes down to ego with some of these companies, right? And they were just riding so high and it took them a little bit later to come down. We got to get back to the basics. The companies that got back to the basics and became humbled are the companies that are now rebounding and are doing okay and are nobody's healthy. Everybody's looking for freight. If anybody says we have a lot of freight, they're lying, right? What we're trying to do is be creative and find revenue streams to keep it going. We know that what goes up must come down, and we know next year will be different than this year. But what are we doing to be efficient on our cost cutting and what we're doing to connect with our shippers in the most efficient way?
Yeah, love that. That's so true. I mean, we'll just see where we're at, but I feel like it's still kind of resetting. But I feel like we're close to turning the corner here with the market overall. Hopefully that's true, especially as the new year approaches. We'll see what happens in that regard. Sante, thanks for watching the show, man. Appreciate the comment. If you guys are not following Sante on Monte, you should do that. It's awesome.
Yeah.
He's
Awesome.
a college kid who started a brokerage. He's just a phenomenal kid, phenomenal
He is.
guy, phenomenal young man, I should say. He's not a kid anymore. Is he? He's doing more at 21 than I ever did at 21.
He just hit the unsubscribe button real quick. He's like, all right, can't get out of here.
He's like, yeah, that content sucks. No more of that.
I had
I'm not
enough of
watching
that.
anymore.
That's it. I'm out.
No, but he's a good dude, that's for sure. Also, it's Truck Driver Appreciation Week. I always think this is weird. Why don't we? I mean, I understand that we always like try to highlight things, like Women's Appreciation Week, whatever, like Boss's Day. We have these kind of moments, man. Like we got to appreciate truck drivers all year long. It's just they're out there all year long doing things like that. What are you hearing? Is anybody doing anything really special for Truck Driver Appreciation Week? I know that Blythe Brumley said, you know what? If you really want to help truck drivers, give them some cash. Just give them straight, give them money.
easier said than done, right? But I've seen people do it the right way, and I've seen people do it the wrong way, right? And unfortunately, Truck Driver Appreciation Week has a bad tendency in the last few years that the dispatchers get the swag, the carriers, companies. It's about the driver. You want to be you want to serve the driver. You barbecue, you cook, you do those things. You create a process where the drivers can come through. And guess what? They're probably not coming to your corporate headquarters. So figure out where your carriers are and get part of that community. Get food trucks, get barbecues going. Thank the trucker, thank their families. Get a situation like that. But it's more than that. These guys, I think, 1 week doesn't do it, right? And it really does. Unfortunately, it needs to be an appreciation, and it does turn into the discrepancy of what is a fair rate pay and who's making the money on the front end and the back end. And so that's happened the last 2 years. But overall, the mission is to appreciate the drivers and the trucks. And it's not a LinkedIn post, guys. It's about serving and having some action.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say too. Like,
go ahead, Jen. Jen, go ahead. Jen, go ahead. Jen, you're in.
So, like, as like the marketing salesperson, like, I do think it can be a gimmick. Like, we put it on our calendar, we make sure that we make LinkedIn posts, but it's not. Right. It's not just about that. I haven't made any posts because I was like, I was gonna show, and I might. So I wasn't home most of this week, but I thought about like, oh, how can I showcase what my members are doing, because that makes sense to me. But I was like, I feel like appreciating your drivers is something that you should do all the time. You should. It's like Valentine's Day. You shouldn't have to just show up that one day for your spouse or your person.
What?
You should show up for
the
people.
Serious?
We'll talk. I'll tell you how to be nice.
Yeah, the ones that I've seen do it the best, honestly, and I did this a few years ago in South Texas, and we collaborated with the shipper. The shippers want to be a part of this too, but we set up food at that shipper. The driver's going for his pickup. He's going for his drop-offs, right? If you have a decent volume shipper, be with the shipper, collaborate, and serve at the shipper. And we were able to do that a few years ago, and that was a good outreach for sure.
Yeah, and just like what is your purpose of doing it? Are you actually appreciating the drivers, or are you doing it to create the post? And as long as your intentions are right. But yeah, I would suggest doing it more than just 1 week a year.
Hey guys, I'm heading out. I'll see you in a few.
We'll see you in a bit, Jeff. Get ready. It's coming.
Can't wait.
Our friends over at Zen Freight Solutions, John and Raquel Packett, they have a lot of customers in Texas, and they have an RV. So they would take their RV to Texas. They would camp up at a truck stop, and they would pass out hot dogs and drinks and chips and just say thank you. And these weren't their drivers. Some of their drivers did come through that they got to see, a few of them, but these were just drivers, and they were just passing out hot dogs. And that was meaningful, just to say thank you, just simple stuff like that. Imagine if every broker, like once a month just went to a truck stop, sent 2 or 3 people and passed out hot dogs, and just said thank you.
No doubt.
Or whatever.
No doubt.
Something heck, they could pass out steak. I bet they'd love that. I mean, you should give the way that you want to receive, everybody.
Yeah, I was actually, how excited would people be for a hot dog?
I mean, my good hot dog. If it's like a ball,
sign me up.
I was like, I understand. My husband loves hot dogs and chicken wings. That's all you need. But
as long as they're Chicago hot dogs, Chicago style, right?
Yeah, good hot dogs, ballpark size hot dogs. That's worth it. Yeah. That's a good thing, Jen. I could definitely appreciate that. Also, before we pass on, we had a couple of deaths out there in the world. We had Jimmy Buffett pass away this week. Oh man, I'll tell you what. It's interesting. Like his music is iconic. People like it's just become a part of the culture, No doubt. Margaritaville and just many other classics. And it's moments like these. It's interesting. I think that when an artist like Jimmy Buffett passes away, the streams of their music has to go through the roof because people just want to hear a little bit more, learn more about what they do, which is really kind of interesting. But I've listened to a few Jimmy Buffett songs that I hadn't heard, or ones I hadn't heard in a long time. I mean, that guy was just really good. Lived his life the way he wanted to. Just so chill and laid back.
I never saw him live. Have you guys all seen him in person?
I've never seen him live, man, but
Me either.
he's
But
got
I
to be
used
like
to
James
live-
Taylor. I saw
Oh,
James Taylor live.
like,
He was awesome. It's
The
gotta be something.
culture that Jimmy Buffett can bring is insane. I used to live 3 blocks west of Wrigleyville, and he had a
Yeah.
concert there, and like seeing
Yeah, of course.
all of the people
Yeah.
coming together, and just everybody was always in a good mood. So yeah,
No doubt.
he brought more than just the music, that's for sure.
Agreed.
Yeah, really good. And also the lead singer of Smash Mouth, Steve
Yeah.
Harwell, passed
Yeah.
away from liver
guy.
failure. I know. Just hard to see that. It's hard to see like it's hard to see some of these people that you kind of grew up with. I mean, Smash Mouth was one of those groups that, you know, we listened to when we were younger. It's just weird to see those people pass on. It almost gives you a glimpse of what our parents have to be like. Like my mom talks about this all the time. The actresses and the athletes and the people that were like, you know, when she was growing up, they're all passing away. She's 78 now. They're like in their 80s and 90s. They're passing away. And it's just got to be weird to see that happening. It's just,
I think
especially,
it's a sad deal, but I think the dream for any band is to link up to a Shrek movie or something, right? I mean, that's the marketing sauce is get that song in a mainstream animation.
That's right. That's
Oh,
right.
yeah.
Exactly. Well, like
Right.
my kids, I can't tell you how many songs my kids know from the 80s because of Trolls.
Yes.
And,
Well, now
and when
Instinct's going to be in the next one.
oh, really? Nice. Well, like they play these songs and my kids love these songs. And I'm like, oh, you like that song? You like that? And then I'll play the original. And they're like, this is an old song. I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
this was an old song. Sorry about that. That's kind of the way it goes. Anyways. All right. So that's what we have today for What's the Word segment today. We got a couple of things coming up. So we're gonna play a game today.
All right.
Which will probably start here in just a minute. We were going to have Jeff do his challenge, but we might do the game first and then have Jeff jump into the challenge. Sounds like that might work out. So today we got a new game. This game is called Who Said That? All right, this is going to be a fun game today. Who said that? We have quotes today from people on the street crew.
Oh,
Oh,
God.
boy.
Things that have been said, and we have to figure out
Oh man.
which street crew member
This is the receipts.
said
Oh
it.
gosh.
I know. So this will be. I haven't seen any of these yet. I'm a little nervous myself. But we're gonna play a game here. We're gonna keep track of score. So our producers will keep track of score today. 1 point for each one. So we're gonna put a quote up on in a banner, and then we have to see who's the first one that can say. who
But
said
do we
that.
get like multiple choice?
Oh no, we just have to guess. So think about the people who are normally on the street crew, and then we'll see if we can get
Half of
it.
these
Okay.
have to be Kyle.
Let's try this
Half
out.
of them.
Yeah, I was
not-
like, Tyler or Scott. Which one going?
At the end of the day, if we're putting judgment aside, whatever tool gets the job done, honestly, I don't care if you eat it with your hands, get it in your mouth. That
That's
sounds
Bane.
like
That's Bane,
that Bane.
guaranteed.
You guys Bane?
Like, yeah.
I feel like it's Kyle, but maybe it is Bane. You're right. Yeah, get it in your mouth
Yeah,
is weird.
I'll go with Bane.
Okay,
Let's go
I'm going to
with
say
Bane.
Kyle just because. All right, so let's see who it is. Mitch, you probably don't. You might not know.
I don't know. I don't know this one.
Mitch is so new. He's not going to get it. You know.
At the end of the day, if we're putting judgment aside, whatever tool gets the job done, I don't care if you eat it with your hands, honestly. Like, it just, get it in your
I
mouth.
usually eat it with
know?
the spoon I made it with because
There you
it's
go.
straight out of the pot.
Never, it
you
never,
know?
exactly.
go.
Never even made it to a plate. I get it. I'm good with that.
Yeah, yeah.
Just spatula or a ladle.
Yeah.
Just,
Yeah.
yeah.
A wooden spoon my mom used to beat me with.
Nostalgia, mac and cheese.
Depends on what it is. Okay, all right. How did we miss that one? It just happened.
Scott, of course.
That was Hayden. No, that was
It was
Hayden.
Hayden.
That was Hayden.
It's close
I
enough.
wasn't here. Was that last week?
That was like, yeah, that whatever week you weren't here.
I think that was last week, but that's pure Idaho wisdom right there, right? That's awesome.
Well, it's Hayden
Yeah.
though from Texas. Hayden's the one. Who
Oh,
said it. Scott was
Scott
talking.
said it. I read it wrong.
I was
Scott was the
talking
one that
about
was
it.
getting beaten with a wooden spoon.
Oh, that's it.
right,
That's
that's
it.
right.
All right, cool.
All right, so no points for that one. That was we'll call that one a test run. Maybe all these are test runs. We'll see. All right, the next one is you like them savage, huh, Bodacious? That sounds like Kyle. I'm going.
That
Kyle.
sounds good.
Kyle.
Kyle?
100%.
That's
100%.
gotta be Kyle.
All right, let's see. Let's see who that is.
Yeah.
You like them savage, huh? Bodacious.
That was an yeah.
All right, so I think we all got a point on that one. So everybody's got a point. All right, or maybe we should be a team. Maybe we should just as a team.
Yeah,
I
let's
don't
do
know.
that.
It'll be tough.
It's, whose
All
line
right.
is it anyway? None of the points.
So we
matter.
got 1 out of 2. All right, we'll do it as a team.
Collectively.
That'll be fine. All right, here we go. All right, next one is Yas Queen. Oh, this is Coleman. This has to be Coleman.
It
I think
was
it's Coleman.
one time, guys.
You guys-
Well,
you
they
guys agree?
recorded it, so.
All right,
It
well
was-
let's hear it. Here.
If I want to repurpose it for another thing. Yas Queen. Oh my gosh, my sister said that the other day, and she's 10.
I'm so happy this is still being recorded.
I feel
That's
like
so
that
great.
it's Morgan's talking, so that means that that's like a staff meeting you recorded.
That was
and
the-
you posted to the show.
Look at. I got it. Oh, this is great. We got. Look
I'm
at
not
that.
proud
That
of.
is-
I'm not
So,
proud of
like,
it.
not only are you recording us now, like this, we know we're being recorded to use.
I got.
Yeah, they got you good, man. That's Natalia and Morgan having a little.
Because
fun.
Morgan doesn't talk openly.
Morgan she's coming out of her shell. We're working on it, but
No,
yeah,
I
that
mean
was
like
good.
live. She talks. To me.
No, that's what I'm saying. She's coming out of her, like she's actually agreed to come on at that time and do some live stuff. So, anyways, a lot of good stuff. Okay, so that we're 2 for 3. Here we go. Next one. Oh man, she's not getting any of my money. I swear to God, I don't care if I have free tickets. They're going away. That's Jeff Bodacious. That's Jeff. That's Bodacious. Because that was, we're talking about Taylor Swift,
right?
We're
Yeah,
talking
it's
about
gotta
Taylor
be
Swift. No, Beyonce.
Beyonce.
He's talking about
That's what it
It was
is. Yeah,
Beyonce
all right,
last week.
All right, let's hear
He's
it.
talking about stuff that I think our collective group really cares about. Jimmy Buffett dying and the lead singer of Smash Mouth dying. I mean, I don't know why we're focused on Beyonce. Other than the Bodacious, I don't think anyone else can name 3 songs.
Oh man, she's not getting my money. I swear to God. I don't care if I got free tickets; they're going away. Whoever wants.
Come on, Lemonade.
Yeah.
You love that
Man.
song. You know it.
I'm a big
All right,
For the
so there we go.
record, if he gets free tickets and wants to give them away,
That's right.
I was gonna say I would go to that show.
Oh, and I know
That's right.
we're on the same level all the time.
He knows
You're
some
the only
people
one
who
who
would
got
take.
excited about NSYNC controls. Trying to pretend like I didn't even say anything, and you clapped too.
He
No doubt.
knows some people that would take the tickets. That's for sure. All right, so we're 3 out of 4. All right, here we go. 3 out of 4. Next one. What are you, a little baby? You sit there and get a little sand in your toesies, and it's all icky. And now you're a baby eating cereal. Grow up and have some bacon and eggs. I know exactly who that is.
I know exactly. I think.
Yeah,
I think it's Kyle. That's Kyle.
It's Kyle McNaught to me.
Yeah.
You're saying this to me.
Yeah.
Who's telling
I'm
you?
still
Because-
hurt.
I mean, I feel
I'm
like I could
still-
have said that too, Kyle the Trey specifically. That wasn't
Yeah. Well, also Trey, you saying you don't like beaches? Like, get out of here. He was right.
I'm not a beach fan. That's
He was
not my
right.
thing. It's not my thing. You know, I don't like it on the ocean. I don't like it on a golf course. It's just not my favorite thing. All right, let's go ahead and hear this. Make sure we got it right. This has got to be
Extra of
Kyle.
drugs in me, and I become a superhero. So
What I will
what are
say-
we taking?
What I will say for this
Feel like a
is that everybody listen.
It's
You eat cereal as an adult?
I eat cereal as an adult. What are you talking about? I mean,
What
in
are
the
you, a
fall,
little
they have
baby?
chocolate
This is
bread,
you sit there, you get a little
raisin
sand in your
bread.
toesies, and it's all icky, and now you're a baby eating cereal. Grow up, have some bacon and eggs.
All right, well, we got to mute him again. That doesn't work. All right. With the foghorn. Look at the foghorn in there. That was dope. Love that. Okay. All right. Let's so we're 4 out of 5. Let's keep going. Here we go. Everybody listen. PSA, drugs are bad. Do not do drugs. That sounds like Jennifer. Jennifer, did
I
you say
know
that?
because I feel like that probably was the Cocaine Bear episode, and I
That was the
wasn't on
Cocaine Bear episode
Yeah.
for sure.
But I almost feel like that's Kyle because he probably said something and then tried to backtrack. And
He
make
tried to
it-
cover himself.
Oh, so are we going
So is this
Jennifer or
just
Kyle on
the
this one?
Kyle ridiculous quote.
Would we have
episode?
Kyle? Would they put 2 Kyle ones back to back? We've already had Kyle twice.
Oh,
I'm
that's
just-
that's the classic thing on a test when there's like 2 C's in a row. It's like, no,
I
this is
know.
Kyle. I'm saying this is Kyle.
Okay, you're going Kyle. All right, let's go Kyle. Let's see if we get it right. Here we go.
Extra of drugs in me, and I become a superhero. So
What I will
what are
say-
we taking?
What I will say for
Feel
this
like a
is
superhero.
that everybody listen.
At least
PSA,
feel it.
drugs are bad. Do not do drugs. We will not have drugs on our
No.
side.
You're not.
How do you forget that you
you?
said that?
Wow. Okay,
How do
so
you-
I was covering for Kyle. I was making sure
That's
that
good.
we weren't getting
Will you
banned. on
host that
LinkedIn.
week?
That actually makes a lot more sense. That you would. Okay, so we're 4 for 6 now. All right, we got a few more. Let's keep going here. Next one. All right. Okay, shut up, Kyle. That's probably me. That sounds like me.
It's 100%.
Yeah. All right,
Yep.
let's hear it.
The next
Okay,
hot
okay.
take: morning naps or afternoon
spoon,
naps?
fork, or
Okay,
bread.
shut up, Kyle. Here we go. Next one. Yeah, that's kind of on
It
the
was
regular. I need to make that an audio clip that we just play from time to time.
It's gonna be my ringtone. It's my ringtone.
All right, 5 out of 7. 3 more to go. Here's the next one. Flex. Phew, I need to do more cardio. That was tiring. I have no idea.
Scott.
I think that's a good guess. I think
Scott.
I'd say Scott.
Yeah.
Let's go, Scott.
Okay, Scott. Let's hear it. Let's hear it. Say Scott Watanabe, the winner of
Super
today.
impressive.
And that is this week's edition of Guess That Movie.
Ooh, you need more cardio.
That was fun. Nice. Got it. Good call.
job, Mitch.
All right,
You carried
good.
that
6
one.
out of 8. 2 more to go. Next one here is you got to get off TikTok and touch some grass, Trey. That sounds like Kyle again. But who else would say that? I feel like Kyle
I'm
just
thinking of
keeps
like
throwing
Iron
stuff
Minds.
my
Maybe
way.
Hayden threw it in there somewhere.
I don't know. See, that's the thing is like I thought these were all word on the street stuff, but then when they threw yours in there, that threw me off because now it could be. It's like anything's fair game. I don't know.
I just wanted to
Not any conversation you have with anyone ever.
I know if it's recorded, it's fair game. Apparently, I don't know. I'm not sure. I mean, you got to get off TikTok and touch some grass. Trey. We were talking about the health benefits of walking.
No
with your
way
shoes
that was
off
Mark.
outside. Mark Manera?
Yeah.
That could be.
That could be sneaky.
That could be sneaky. Let's go Mark Manera and see who it is. Let's see if we
say,
got it.
yeah.
0.06. I was pretty proud of that. You guys try it right now. Pull out your phone. See if you can go ta-ta and get below 0.1.
What?
You got to get off TikTok and
Hold on a
touching
second
grass,
here.
Trey. You're doing this. You're doing too many little kid things.
See, you guys are trying it right now, aren't you?
Kyle,
That was hard. That was hard to
That was a
do.
hard one.
That was hard.
All right, we're 6 out of 9. We got one more to go. Let's see if we can get 70%. Last one. Here we go. All right, what do we got? Or was that the last one? Was that the last one?
There's no more.
Oh, that was it. That was it. So I guess so we're 9.
Read over there.
I don't private chats. You know, I got too much to focus on. Okay, no more. Okay, there are no more. All right, cool. Okay, so 6 out of 9, and that was this episode of Who Said That? What do you guys think? You like that? Was that fun?
Yeah, of course. It's great.
Yeah.
I'm trying to beat the 0.06 seconds.
It's hard.
Well,
It's hard.
while you're doing that, let's bring in the Audacious Cowboy because it is time for the Ice Bucket Challenge live. Let's get him on the screen here. They'll put him right there. He is right in the center. Beautiful. We'll zoom in on him. Jeff, can you hear us?
I can. Thank you so very much. Hey, guys. It is the Bodacious Cowboy coming to you straight from Sparta, New Jersey. I appreciate everybody that's out there that's willing to pay $50 for flinch, $100 for no flinch on the 2 ice bag bucket challenge. I am ready to do this when you guys are ready.
Okay, so you got 2 ice bags is what you're saying. You got 2 ice bags out there that you're doing. And who is helping you today? Who's back there in the truck?
That's my daughter, Brianna.
Hi, guys.
Excellent. Well, tell her thank you for helping out. We appreciate that. So here's the deal, everybody. Jeff's going to have the Ice Bucket Challenge. If he doesn't flinch, it's $100 that we want to ask you to donate to Souk Strong. If he does flinch, it's only $50. So we're hoping that he stands still and takes
not
this
a
like a
flincher.
man.
He's
He's not a flincher. Bodacious Cowboy's not a flincher. It's got
Hey, it's
to
for
be
a great
$100.
cause. It's
Yep,
for a
so it's
great
gonna
cause. These people are
That's right.
suffering greatly. So let's try to make this happen.
Absolutely. So click on the link to donate after this. You got 2 weeks to do that. We're going to donate over the next 2 weeks, or you can search for Souk Strong Foundation online and go and donate directly to them. We appreciate that. All right, Jeff, here we go. We are going to highlight you, my friend, and it's time for you to get it on. So we're gonna give you your theme music here, and we're gonna have you go for it. So let's get the ice bucket ready and let's go.
Ready? All right. Oh, I'm going to nominate, by the way, Coleman.
Oh.
All right. Oh, Coleman's getting nominated. All right. Coleman's getting nominated for the Ice
All right.
Bucket Challenge after this. All right. Here we go. Let's do a countdown. You guys ready? All
Ready?
right. Let's get that bucket ready. Here we go. All right. We're gonna we'll count from 11 down. Here we go. 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Oh, look at that. No flinch at all.
Stone cold.
No flinch at all.
No flinch.
Look at
Wow.
that. That was
Wow.
impressive, my friend. That was
16
impressive.
pounds of ice, guys.
Holy
He
moly.
didn't move
As
at
they
all.
say, you have to have
Man.
thick skin and logistics.
Wow.
That's impressive. He didn't move a bit. Okay, so it's $100, everybody. So here's what we need. We're trying to raise $5,000. So according to my count, we need 50 people who would give $100.
I'm in. I'm in. I'm in.
Thank
I'm
you,
in.
Mitch. Appreciate
Oh,
it. Thank
yeah.
you very much.
I'm
Really
in,
appreciate that. We're gonna be doing this next 2 weeks. We got the Souk Strong Golf Tournament coming up here on Saturday next week. So 8 days from now, we're gonna be raising money, about $35,000 that day, just for ALS patients. It's gonna
That's
be
great.
We'd love to add $5,000 to that. So help us out.
Let's
Make
go,
sure you
guys. Dig in your pockets.
SoukStrong.com and do that. Jeff, go dry off, my friend. You did well.
All right,
did
you guys
well.
have a great weekend. Thank you for
Awesome.
joining me. Appreciate it.
See you, Jeff.
Appreciate it.
Have a good one, buddy.
Thanks,
Take care.
Jeff.
All right. Okay. So we're gonna get Jeff out of here. $100. He didn't flinch. That was impressive.
It was good.
Impressive. He did not
It was
move
good.
at
Yeah.
all.
I never had any doubt in my mind.
I can't wait to see Coleman's. We're gonna have to record this and see how
With this
Coleman does
baby
it.
face, I'm gonna flinch hard. Are you kidding me? He's got
I
a lot
flinched,
of.
dude. As soon as that cold water hit, I was like, "Oh, like it's cold." I mean,
I have a feeling that's his daily shower temperature, right? Like, I don't think this was a big step out of his normal day routine for
Do you
this,
think
right?
he's a cold plunge guy?
Oh man, I think
can see
think
it.
so.
I could 100% see it. I don't know if he
Might be.
actually is, but like I wouldn't be surprised if he said that he was.
That's true. That's true.
I've never seen it. Have you ever seen a cowboy cry before? I haven't. Right?
I don't think
So-
that I don't think that you can. I
That
don't
sounds
think
like a
they
country
have tear
song.
ducts.
That sounds like a country song. That's what that
Yeah.
sounds like. So,
Yeah.
all right, Jennifer, be careful driving. Oh my goodness, no, don't look at us. Look at the road. Look at the road. All right. Okay, we're gonna finish up today with what we normally do, which is it's time for this week in pictures. We got some good things to talk about today, so I'm gonna put a little theme music in there as well. Just have a little bit of fun with that. All right, so first of all, we got to talk about this. Coleman, you're up first, my friend.
There we go. Yeah. So some of the reasons I've been gone a little bit these last couple of weeks, I have been out, had a golf trip, which is the left side is Arrowhead. If anybody's ever out in Colorado, play that course. It is one of the most beautiful courses. And the picture on the right is I actually broke 100.
Let's
for
go.
the first time.
Let's
It was my
go.
First year golfing, and I had a bet with a bunch of friends that I would break 100 by October 22nd. And that was the two random people that we were paired with because I had to get a picture because I knew the people that I had this bet with were gonna question it. But
You did it a
finally
month early.
broke that seal.
Did it a
Now I'm
month in
retired. I'm done.
advance. I know.
Yeah.
Did it a month in advance.
Yeah.
So you also went and jumped in the river. You got one of your dogs here.
Oh yeah, that is my elder dog, but that was last weekend for my birthday. My wife and I went up to Steamboat. You can see the bigger,
The picture,
younger
yeah.
one in the lower left. Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah,
Just the
hanging
butt.
out in the river, camped, got away for the weekend, and just enjoyed it. It was great.
Yeah, it looks beautiful out there, man. I don't know how you get any work done out there. It's just amazing.
Well, that's why I do it on the weekends, and then I can't do any work because I truly no service. You're just completely unplugged.
So nice, dude. That's so good.
it's
All right,
great.
Jennifer, you got to moderate a panel out at IANA and have a good time with that. Who are some of the ladies on the panel here? I don't recognize them.
So there's Hallie from Shark and Minnow, which is a marketing agency that focuses in intermodal and other parts of the industry based out of Cleveland. So we're going to meet for coffee in the upcoming weeks, hopefully. Katie from IMC, and then other Katie from BNSF Railway. So it was a really great panel. It was awesome to sit and just hear their feedback and thoughts on marketing intermodal in the industry and get different insights. It was really cool. Everyone came from it from a different part of the industry, a different perspective. So I thought it was a good panel.
Yeah, and I'm sure that there was a lot of good things learned there. It's awesome. It's a great show. All right, and then also you and your husband celebrated 8 years, I believe, 8th anniversary.
Yeah. Yes, 8-year
Congrats.
anniversary. So
Nice.
we've been together for like 11, married for
Whoa.
8, and friends for like a million years. We became friends in high school. So
Friends in
but
high
he came
school,
to-
roommates before you
Yes.
started dating. Yeah,
Correct.
And
Fact.
then eventually got together. That's
Does he like Halloween as much as you? Just out of curiosity.
So
possible?
the Halloween thing really started to amplify because of our child and how much Monroe loves Halloween. So, I mean, I liked Halloween before, but I mean, he just rolls with us being super extra on all kinds of things. He just kind of goes with it. So, yeah.
Love
sounds
it,
like
love
my
it. Also,
wife.
Yep.
also, you sent this picture, and I have no idea what this is.
Oh, is it yeah. So the year anniversary is the bronze anniversary.
Oh,
so my husband
nice.
gave me a bronze rose, and I gave him a bronze Viking mug because you know why not?
Nice. You know, I don't pay attention to those marks. I guess I should have.
I don't know.
totally missed it. We're at 18, and I have no idea what I've missed. So missed several of them. I guess
Yeah,
I think
it's fun.
25 is
Like,
like silver or something or gold. I don't know.
Probably. We don't do all of them, but they're just fun. They give you like a guide to doing something, and like for year one, it's paper, and he gave me like a bouquet of paper roses. So I'll probably put the bronze one in the container. But I mean, I still have them because
Yeah.
you know. they last.
I mean, that definitely is going to last. Bronze rose and all that stuff. The things will last. So that's cool. Gifts that will definitely last. I'm giving like Girl Scout cookies and stuff. That's not really going to do it. All right. Speaking of cookies and moving on, my daughter loves to bake. And check this out. She made this for our small group the other night. This is like chocolate mousse with crumbled Oreo cookies and mint sticking out of it. It looks like a plant. And this is the kind of stuff that my daughter does. Pretty impressive. And it's also the reason why I really struggle to lose weight. I'm not going to lie. It's pretty difficult. The weather is cooling down here in St. Louis. Got to work outside. Love that view. That's my favorite view. Can't wait to have a few more days like that before it gets too cold to really do that.
I forgot commented on this on LinkedIn, but I thought that those were two other screens behind that.
I know. It kind of looks like I should have moved the chairs. I know. Bad positioning on my part. Yeah, I had a lot of people say, wow, 4 screens outside. I was like, 4 screens? No, I didn't really do that. I am refacing my fireplace right now. This is the beginning so far. I've got the stones put down there, and I've got this is the old tile. I'm going right over it with some new stones. So excited about that. Maybe next week or the week after, we'll have an updated picture of that. That will be fun. A couple things in the news. A guy in Europe, a cyclist in Europe, faces down a herd of oncoming cows. About 50 cows came down the road, and he had nowhere to go and no idea what to do. And a farmer came out and told him how to stop the cows. But that's a standoff that only lasts so long. At some point, he either has to turn around or move to the side and let the cows pass. I don't know what I'd do if I had 50, cows that were coming down right at me at the road. Those things are huge. They're pretty tame, but they're also, wild animals for the most part. So kind of crazy. Last week, we found a spotless giraffe, or 2 weeks ago, a spotless giraffe was born in a zoo recently. They just found another one over in Namibia, another spotless giraffe. So I guess it's more common than we think.
It's less special now. All right.
Yeah, exactly. It is. I know. It's like we thought that was really special, and now it's like, oh, there's one here, there's one there. I don't know. We'll see about that. Over in Portugal, they had a wine tank burst and red wine poured down a street. Oh, if you're a red wine drinker, that's got to look terrible. Just all the wine wasted right there.
Or yes, in the street scooping it up. I was gonna say there's worse things.
Do you think people are out there with cups, like just trying to grab some? And
I would have a full tub of something. Like,
hey Coleman, it's bee season. I don't think you would, man. It's bee season.
The bad thing is that when drinks like that are sugary, whenever they fall on the ground, then bugs just flock to it.
Yeah.
So that would have been
get it while it's good. Get it while it's good and lock yourself inside.
Yeah, crazy. And then finally, today we're going to end with this. An Ontario woman received a package of 1,000 condoms that she never ordered. What would you order somebody just to have fun with them? What would you send to them if you could? What would it be?
I have a long list. But,
I would say there's been the glitter bombs. Those ones are always great. Like just to really mess with someone.
So funny. Good stuff. Well, hey guys, listen. Hey, thanks for being on the show today. Appreciate you. Thanks for our sponsor, Isometric Technologies. For those of you that watch, appreciate it. Don't forget to donate to Souk Strong, $100. Help us get to that 5,000 goal. We'll put that in the comments. We'll talk about it for the next 2 weeks. Anybody that wants to help out, please do that. We really appreciate it. And until next time, we will see you guys soon. Have a great weekend, everybody. Peace out.
Have a great weekend. Cheers,
everybody.